Welcome to Coming Inside Out. I'm Brian James.
I'm John Derler, and welcome everyone.
Hey, John, good to see you.
Good to see you, Brian. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Boy, a lot has been going on lately, so it's definitely good to be here with you today.
You too. You too.
So we have a lot to talk about. It's been a couple weeks. You've been traveling with your kids.
I've been traveling.
You were in Texas.
We went to Texas, and we went last week before last when they had all the storms. And so we were flying into Houston, and then we are going to drive to my mom's house, and we were diverted to New Orleans.
Oh, that's right.
So we were diverted to New Orleans, and I had never been to New Orleans.
All right.
And we were just being diverted to get fuel and then to fly, but to try to get back in because the thunderstorms were preventing people from landing. And here it is, 7 o'clock. And I had to think about this because I got my two boys, which are 12 and 15, or now 13 and 15. And so we're sitting on the tarmac and they're refueling. And I talked to the lady and I said, listen, what are the chances we're going to land in Houston? She goes, well, we could. I mean, we're probably, and I didn't like that. Probably didn't like it. Here it was 7:30. And what are my options here? Try to go back to Houston, get diverted to Dallas or Austin or somewhere, or back to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I just told my sons, because my hometown Beaumont is an hour and a half away from Houston. It's 4 hours from New Orleans.
Okay.
So I told my boys, I said, boys, let's make a decision here. Do you want to get back into this plane? And 50%, we're not going to make it to Houston. It'll be midnight, 1 o'clock till we get to my mom's.
Yeah.
Or do y'all want to just bolt off the plane now, go to New Orleans, go to Bourbon Street, I'll get us a hotel, and that's what we did. We did that, and I've never been. It was the best time to explore that place. I called my best friend's dad. He said, stay at this hotel. It was 1 block off of Bourbon Street.
Okay.
And we got there, we stayed at this beautiful hotel called the Mon Leon, and expensive. But I went through, one of the apps, got it real cheap. We had the best time. We ate. They told us where to go eat. And then we went to Bourbon Street and there was a 25-piece band.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And it was awesome. So just to explore, I love exploring with my sons. It's great. It was, and we rented a car the next morning and drove to Beaumont.
Oh, you drove?
Yeah, because we didn't have to rent a car anyway in Houston. And I thought, we just rent and drive. And it was the best trip. And then Texas was good. And my mom, she's 86. We took her to the beach. We took her to this little resort. We got her in this pool. She was hanging out by the bar. You know, you could drink.
Yeah.
What were we drinking? Margaritas and some other stuff, you know. It was a good trip. It was a good trip. Yeah.
Good.
And you, how was did you miss me?
I missed you. Yes. Something that I texted you while you were in Texas, I had a buddy of mine that I met 4 years ago, 2020, just when I was coming out. He's married, also in the closet. Oh. But he was messing around. I wasn't messing around, but I was out at that point.
Right.
He and I talked on like Monday, and he is in therapy. He wants to come out to his wife.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
But, this is what I wanted to talk about today anyway, because for our listeners, I'd like to know if anyone who's been listening to us, have they contemplated of coming out to their wife?
Yes.
Or, and so this is great. So
I've talked to like maybe 5 different guys in the last couple of weeks that are all 100% closeted.
Really?
So I talked to this guy on Monday. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're in therapy. You're thinking about coming out.
Yeah.
He's married over 30 years. His kids are in their 20s. They don't live at home anymore. Mm-hmm. But that was on Monday. And he texted me Wednesday morning and he said, you're not going to believe it. My wife and I had this conversation and it was the perfect timing. And I told her I was gay. And I was like, what? Wow. I know.
What was the feedback? What was the reaction from his wife?
I don't know all of the feedback yet, only because I'm giving him his space, because, he's still going through all this. I'm sure it's fresh and raw for him and his wife. But I was so excited for him because he came out, because I remember holding all those feelings when I was closeted, and, everything that was going on with me. And I know that once you're able to be yourself, there's so much freedom in that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I told you when I was coming in today, I've been down and just not feeling good. I've just been feeling so depressed.
You've been depressed. And I wanted to talk about that today too, because, we start to share when you're coming out. Sometimes, one of the pluses of mine is that when you keep stuff in, you bottle it up, you bottle it up. But then when you come out, it is so free.
Yes.
But your feelings are right on your shoulder. They're right there to go to. And I think with depression, and I think with whatever you're going through at the time, you're able to really feel that faster than, at least for me, it was, because I was able to do that. And for you to feel this,
feel like I flew so close to the sun with my depression, and where I was, and my mindset, and my plan, and what I was going to do, that unfortunately it does feel easier for me to get back to that place.
Well, let's break that down. Let's break it down. You've been depressed for a week.
Yeah.
What sparked it? What was the trigger? Was there a trigger, or was it just kind of just things starting to happen? What does it look like?
Well, I'm gonna offer some similarities with some of the people I'm talking to, because this guy that came out, he was worried that when he came out, not only is he going to lose his wife, but at the same time, he's going to lose his children. His fear was that he was going to lose his children. Yeah. I talked to another gentleman that lives in Torrance this week, and he doesn't want to come out. His kids are in their 30s. He's like, oh, I'm not coming out because I will lose my children.
Right.
And they're all I have.
Right.
My kids, because I put my existence on the back burner when I was closeted. I didn't allow myself to know what my passion was, because I was always so tightly suppressed. So my family really became my focus. I worked and my family.
Right.
So my wife and I separate. I'm 55 years old. I really feel like one of the only things I have in my life are my kids.
Right now.
Yes. So the thought of losing my kids, similar to this guy saying I'm not coming out because I don't want to lose my kids. A part of my depression, my younger son, my 18-year-old, he's gearing up to go into the Marines.
Right.
So he leaves next month. And I think, I'm going to lose my child, my baby.
Well, you're going to lose him because he's leaving the nest.
He's leaving
the nest. But your worry is he's what military?
He's going into the Marines.
Damn it! Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't persuade him to go into the Navy.
We tried to get him into the Navy. The Navy was so nice. He scored really high. They told him all this amazing stuff that the Navy would be able to do for him.
And the guys are hot in the Navy, because I was in the Navy. I was hot and still am, but hotter guys are in the Navy than the Marines.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, actually, you know what? They're hot across the board.
I think so
too. They really are. But the Marines, I know you mentioned that to me. I don't know if we were on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, Brian, you're going through a lot, because there's a loss there. There's another loss. Our kids grow up. They get older. They move out. That is a loss too. You think that's part of your depression?
I feel so unbelievably lonely. I'll segue for a moment, because a couple weeks ago, I went out with some people from our group. We went out. We had a great time. We're out. We're laughing. We're drinking. Everybody's having a great time. And I get in the car to go home. I close the door to my car. And the moment I close the door to my car, I'm all alone. It's just me. So I had fun while I was out, but I get in the car and now I'm driving home alone.
Because you want somebody you want some. Okay.
Yeah, I would love that. So last night I was in WeHo with. I already talked to David about this. David knows I'm going to talk about this, but our mutual friend David, we're down in WeHo. He knows this guy that's at a bar called the Gym. It's on the corner.
Well, gym bar. Yeah, gym bar.
Gym bar. Yes.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so he's like, my buddy's going to be there. Let's walk over there. So we're at the Ore Bar. We walk down over to Jim. We get there. This guy's in his mid to late 40s, I would say, to be nice. I'm in my 50s. David's, I think, piercing 60. There's this 6'3", 30-year-old guy sitting at the table with his friend. So we walk in, and my buddy David, he's but this, I'm not being prejudiced or racist. He looks like a Jewish dad. Little guy. He looks
David.
David.
Okay.
And the kid, this guy's 30 years old. He's like, "Oh, my Jewish daddy. I love Jewish daddies."
Oh,
and he was whatever David had going on for him yesterday. This guy was all over it. He loved David. So
and they just met. So he was seeing another friend who had a 30-year-old sitting at the table.
Yeah. And this 30-year-old
just came on today.
Oh, big time.
Did they leave together?
No, they did not leave
together. They exchanged numbers? Are they going to go?
Did they exchange numbers? I don't know if they exchanged numbers or not. But, it was just, it's nice. I don't know how I would handle a 30-year-old hitting on me because that's...
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But listen, there's been a theme going on here with you and being lonely. Yeah. And I'm sorry for that. I really am. But you're going to meet somebody. Because you're going out there. Yeah, you will. You will. You will. You're going to meet somebody. And look, get on an app. Get on a dating app.
I've been on Grindr. I've been on Scruff. I've been on apps. Hang on. Grindr. Been on Match.
Well, yeah. Look, Grindr's hookup and Scruff is hookup and Sniffies is a hookup.
Yeah.
I think you need to go a little bit deeper. Maybe you should go on Christian Mingle, because I'm sure there's a lot of men that are married to women on Christian Mingle that are closeted. And we hope you're listening because we want you to come out.
Yes, we do.
But look, I really think that you should put yourself out there again. You have, but you need to do it again. You got to do it and do it and do it.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and this may offend some of the people that are listening, but I'm gonna ask you a question because I was following a life coach, and it's a gay life coach, and he was talking about online dating, and he said if you were looking for a certain type of alpha male, which I like an alpha male,
okay.
You're looking for this certain type of male, you're not going to find them on dating apps because these strong, confident men don't go on dating apps because they don't need the likes. They don't need the views. They're already confident. They're already...
He's generalizing. I don't believe it. I don't. I think it's generalization. I think alpha guys are on there. I mean, they're everywhere. Yes, they are. They are.
I don't know.
Well, listen. I think it's luck. I think it's
not getting luck with online dating
because look, a lot of us like our companionship. I like being single. I like being. I do. I like being alone. I like my time. But you know what? But I keep it busy between work and my boys and their sports and all of that. So would I like to share that with someone? I would. But I'm not there yet, I don't think, unless it just happens. But I think for you, you're putting yourself out there, and I think it's going to happen. Just give it more time. Give it more time.
I worry that I had such a good thing with my wife.
Yeah.
I had a great relationship we had love, we had trust, we had all this stuff together. That who am I to ask for that twice? How selfish am I?
Oh, shut up! Shut up!
I had it
Are you
once.
serious?
Who am I to have it again?
Stop it. You're deserving. Well, I'm sorry you're feeling that way. I am. I'm taking it lightly, telling you to shut up. But shut up. No, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. It is true because I think a lot of men that are gay, we want the companionship, and maybe some chose it with a woman. They wanted the white picket fence. They wanted the white.
Yeah.
They wanted the presentation.
I wanted a family.
You wanted a family, and a lot of us, probably, wanted that, and a lot of the people that are still in the closet are living that because their fear is to be lonely, possibly. Or there's many things, and it is nice to share. When you leave a party and you have your companion in the car and you start talking shit about some of the people that are there. I get it.
I haven't had a companion yet. I have not had a relationship.
Yeah. I think that's going to come. But I love that you're sharing that because a lot of people that are listening are in the closet, and, there's a lot of fear there of what's their life going to be like when they do decide to come out. Well, but I'm excited about your
60s, 70s, and
but there's groups. But there's a lot. Look, our group. We have such a good group, and there's a lot of groups you can join. But I love that your friend, came out to his wife. Just check on him, make sure he's okay.
Oh, I've been checking on him. He's like, hey, listen, everything's going well.
And ask him about her. Ask him about how is she doing, because I think the women, and it sounds like she may have. It didn't sound like a big shock. At least your story.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, at least the way you were telling it didn't sound like a big shock.
We talked on the phone.
Yeah.
He sent me a text message 2 days later saying, hey, I came out.
Yeah.
I said, hey, listen, when you could talk, let me know.
Right.
And we talked for like 10 minutes, but right after that happened, he has a lot going on. So I'm giving him his space. I was so excited for him.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
He had told me when I was on the phone, he's like, I'm going to give myself this next year, and sometime in the next 12 months, I'm going to come out. And I said, well, what's going to make that happen? And he said, I'm waiting for a sign. And I thought, oh my gosh, I waited for a sign for the longest time. No sign, no sign, no sign. And then I felt like the universe just pushed me. It's like, okay, you've been waiting. You've been sitting on the sidelines for so long, Brian. We threw you 1,000 signs. You didn't get any of them. So here you go.
I get it.
So I don't know. I just think that, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for what's to come for him.
Yeah.
Because he's out now. He's out. His kids know. His wife knows.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Keep checking in, and if he wants to come and talk to us on here,
I would love for him to talk to us.
Look, it may be too soon because, again, his wife is going through a bunch of like, oh my God, who's going to find out? Or what are they going to think of me? Are we, are they a member of a club? Or are they a member? Because, that all happens. It's all, but, that happens with regular divorces too, and regular split ups with heteros. The change of what are, oh my God, people at the club, what are they going to think? When my dad left my mom when I was 4, and this was in the 70s, the women were the divorced women were looked on as bad, and they didn't want them around. The other ladies didn't want them around their husbands.
Oh, of course, yes.
And so it just kind of gets crazy, but it's, there's so much that you will be going through, but it's nice to have some type of a plan. And I think this guy probably thought it out for so long. It sounds like he did.
Well, he was in therapy over it. Yeah. Well, he had an opportunity because he didn't get caught. When you get caught, any plan you had is out the window.
Now, was he cheating on her?
He was sexually active.
Okay, so he was.
Yeah, because I met him either on Scruff or Grindr in 2020, but he lives in a different area. But he
Right.
and I just became, I don't know, good friends over the last couple of years because we shared something, very much
That's
in common
nice.
with each other. Yeah,
That's nice. That's really nice. You know where I went today?
Where'd you go today?
I went to church.
Oh, you did?
I did. I went to church. I tried a new church.
A new church.
And my oldest son, he's been wanting to go. Goes, Dad, I kind of want to go. We go with my mom. We'll go back to Texas to the Catholic church and all of that. All the priests are hitting on me and whatever, but that's okay. But we do. We go there. But we went to the Agape.
Oh, I love Agape. So you went to the Saban Theater?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Have you been there?
So Reverend Michael actually officiated my wedding in 1994.
Really?
My wife, yeah. We've been going to Agape. I was an usher there in the early 90s. They were in Santa Monica. They were at a hotel. Then they were down in, where were they? Carson or somewhere. I don't know where the other place was, but it was down off the.
Well, yeah, they were in Beverly Hills at the Saban Theater, and I'd been wanting to go, and a friend of mine, she had invited me like 2 months ago, and I just didn't go. And then this morning I went and I was swimming. I did my little exercise this morning, and my other son was at his mom, so it was just Jackson.
All right.
And I woke him up. I said, "Hey, they've got they're going to service at 9. Let's just go to that one." And we did. And it was really, it was good.
Talent there.
Well, the talent, the singing was amazing.
Unbelievable.
The people were.
You can stream Agape, by the way.
Yes, you can.
If anybody's looking for a church online, you can stream Agape.
You definitely can. And, this was our first time there, but it was a great experience with my son. But what was because I thought, oh, well, they have to be pretty liberal here, with, with people.
Yeah.
And just even in the sermon, they had talked about, if you're gay and you go into something, or if you're married, it wasn't an issue of being gay, being straight, lesbian, or what. There's no judgment. There's no
gay men's group. They have 100 groups online, and one of them is a gay men's.
Yeah, and they have. So I was really inspired today because I wanted, have a little bit of. I mean, I have a lot of faith, and I think this may be a great way to go. So it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
And the last Sunday of every month is choir Sunday, and their choir gets up. They're on that stage behind there, and they sing like.
Well, they were singing.
Crazy.
They were singing. It was great. Yeah, he wasn't there. He was he was down in Costa Rica or something.
Oh yeah, he did.
And so there was.
My ex has gone down there. He does that. Whatever the drug that you do to remember that there was a show on Hulu, 9 Perfect Strangers, and you go down there and they give you the psychedelics.
You mean like the mushrooms?
Yes,
he's serious.
Something to that. Yeah, there's a.
Did they give us mushrooms today, and I didn't know about it?
No, don't say that. They don't give you mushrooms at Agape. When you go down to Costa Rica, they have a shaman down.
Oh, well, see, I thought you were talking about he was down there.
Well, yeah,
you got to be quick because I thought you were saying Michael was down there giving shrooms.
No,
tripping out.
You go. There's another there. They have a shaman there. They give you the shrimp.
Well, they do that over in Palm Springs too.
Do they?
Oh yeah, my buddy. He came to my coming out party last year in May.
I was there.
You were there. You met him. Blake, handsome guy, very handsome guy, kind of like a Matthew McConaughey type guy, and he just came back from the mushroom. They were
really in Palm Springs.
In Palm Springs, or somewhere out there.
Okay.
And so
I haven't done those. I haven't
either.
I smoke weed. I drink alcohol. That's it.
Yeah. I'm like pulling back from alcohol. I'm not drinking as much as
I know. Well, it's so freaking expensive. When you go out to get a drink. Holy crap!
It's $17 at the Abbey.
Yes.
For a drink.
Yes.
Well, everything's expensive because after Agape, I asked Jack, "Hey, you want to go grab some breakfast?" So we went to Norm's. Oh. Norm, people that are listening, Norm's is like. It's like a better IHOP or a better Denny's, but it's locally owned, and there's a chain there. So we and of course everything's so expensive now. And I used to just never look.
I know.
I never looked at the bill. I never looked at anything. And that was just me being stupid and not realizing my money. And that's another pod show, is about accounting and all that. However, so Jackson he wanted a glass of orange juice. And we both got omelets and, a combo thing. And I look at the bill. Now I look at the bill.
Yeah.
And the glass of orange juice was $5.
Yeah.
$5 for just orange juice. And you can go and get, I sound like, you can go get a full carton of orange juice for $3.49 at the grocery store. So anyway.
I took my kids to Black Bear Diner.
What's that?
They both had pancake, or they had waffles, had Belgian waffles.
Was there a bunch of black men there?
No.
A bunch of bears?
Oh, the debate. Bunch of black jobs there? I don't know. I didn't see any black jobs at the Black Bear Diner.
No, I meant black bears. Black jobs.
Their Belgian waffle pancake with strawberries and whipped cream was $22.
Oh, wow.
It's basically flour, butter, egg, whatever. The orange juice was $6.95. 3 of us went to breakfast. It was over $100 for breakfast.
It's crazy, and even that, it was so funny. I was breaking it down. I said, for the omelet and you get 2 pancakes with it. You get a side of hash browns. It was $18 each, and of course for $18 you could probably feed 3 people at home to do that. And that's, a lot of people are doing that now. Going out and eating, it's so expensive.
I know, it's so expensive. Well, the grocery store's freaking expensive too. I don't know. And gas in California, why is gas in California so expensive compared to other states?
Because we put the additive in it. The state of California, you have to have this additive because they don't, the environmental something. It's like another $1.30, because in Texas it was $2.49 a gallon.
Last night I paid $5.89 a gallon for gasoline in WeHo.
But that's the average. That's what it's going for. $5.49 to $5.89. It's crazy.
And my car gets shit gas mileage.
Right. I thought
it takes 91 octane.
Yeah. Oh, it takes 91?
Yes.
You put the high one in there?
It takes it. That's what it requires, 91.
Oh, bullshit. You just get the cheap one.
No.
Yes.
You can't do that.
Yes.
Can you?
Yes. Look, I was a jet engine mechanic. So let's talk engines here.
No.
Yes. If it can ignite, you can put it in there. If it ignites, it's fine.
Well, so, I don't want to go off on this whole thing, but if I have a car and the engine takes 91 octane and you put a lower octane in it, it doesn't get the same gas mileage. So doesn't that defeat the purpose of putting
I think that's all
gas?
Bullshit.
Oh, you think
I think that's total bullshit.
Okay.
And
good to know. Good to know.
You don't need to put the 91. Put the low one in as long as it goes. However, is it under warranty? And does it require you to put that in there because you don't want to void any warranty you have? But I think that's all bullshit.
They know if your car, my car is under warranty, but it does say right on the gas thing when you open it, says minimum 91 octane. No,
that's bullshit. It's bullshit.
All right, we'll see. We'll see if I show up here in an Uber next week.
I just got my truck back. It was in the shop for like 2 months. I'm so happy. I'm happy that it's back.
That's fixed.
Yeah. And, I've always driven trucks, and now I'm a gay man driving a truck. I love it.
Good for you.
It's not my beard. It's not my beard.
It's not your beard. Oh, my God. I have something that I want to share. Speaking of beard.
Okay.
I'm talking to this guy. You're from Texas. I'm talking to this guy in Gay Fathers Worldwide.
Yeah.
I said I wouldn't say his name, but I've talked to so many people. I said, maybe I'll just play Guess Who. And when I tell a story about somebody, everybody in the group can guess who it is. But he tells me, the other day we're talking on the phone, and maybe this is a Texas thing. Maybe it's a worldwide thing. I don't know. Whiskey Dick?
Whiskey Dick.
Whiskey Dick is?
Limp Dick. That's a limp whiskey
dick. I've heard that before. Is that a Texas thing?
Yeah, it's a Texas thing because if you're even the women
women gets whiskey.
Women say, look, he couldn't fuck me because he had whiskey dick. He was drunk.
Oh, All right.
So Whiskey Dick is a limp dick.
Whiskey Dick. Okay, he told me that, and he also told me Carhead.
Carhead?
Yes.
About getting head in the car?
Yeah, getting head in the car. Is that big in Texas?
I think it's big everywhere.
Is it? My wife never gave me Carhead. Never once. 30 years. Never once got Carhead. Did you get Carhead?
I've gotten Carhead, yeah.
I have not gotten Carhead. All right, that's funny.
Well, that's because you have 92 octane in your fucking car. You need to go.
And then, because I have 91 octane. And then he also told me gay men like that are friends, they call them sister dicks.
Oh, that's funny.
Have you heard of that before?
No.
Sister dicks. I'm like, okay, I got to remember all these things.
You know, and it's really funny because going back home where, you know, in Texas, it's very interesting because I was going on Grindr, not to hook up.
Oh, you did?
Of course I did. I wanted to see who's gay in my town or who's gay in, and you know, it's just so interesting because, you know, I grew up hunting and fishing, and you know, all these gay guys are like, they're on their boat, they're holding their fishes.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's so nice to see that you know these gay men are doing what straight men do, and it's you know half of them, the younger kids, like it's not even a thing anymore of coming out. They don't give a shit.
No, they don't care.
And I thought it was inspirational because in my day, no way would anybody put their picture up, or no way would they be hunting or fishing. And I mean, a lot of these guys, good looking, you know, beautiful men, are, you know, into, you know, they're all into sports. It's just, I don't know. It's just refreshing to see that,
Yes.
you know, that we're everywhere.
Yes.
It's like we're everywhere now. And it's becoming not a thing. And if you're in the closet and you're married, it's so refreshing, guys, to see other men put themselves out there, and you see them just doing everyday stuff that heteros do, and you know, we're coming to a day where it just doesn't matter.
I know.
Or hopefully we'll get to that day sooner, but it was really refreshing to see. Now, of course, I didn't hook up because I was with the family, and none of, you know, they all wanted to hook up with me, but
of course.
But it was just, honestly, it was so nice and refreshing just to flip the pictures and see these guys that were doing, you know.
Yes. Well, and you know, last night I'm at the Ore Bar and I'm sitting there with David, and I look around the bar and said to David, this was not in my mind what a gay bar would look like when I was closeted and had never been to one. I always thought a gay bar would be a feminine bar. I thought it'd be full of feminine men.
Right.
You go into these bars, these are some good-looking, masculine men.
Oh yeah.
They're not like Mr. Furley from what was that show called?
Three's Company.
Three's Company. Yeah. Remember with the ascot?
That was Don Knotts. Oh, what an awesome actor! Remember him on Andy Griffith?
Yes.
Yeah, Andy Griffith. Nice.
Well, we're just over 30 minutes.
Hey, well, this has been nice. This was a good one.
It was good to catch up.
It
was good to catch up.
It was.
Yeah, I've seen it like 2 weeks.
I know.
All right.
Well, everyone, thank you for listening. Seriously. Yes. And please send us some notes, send us your feedback. And then if anyone's struggling, please, you know, reach out to us, to someone.
Yeah. Email us at cominginsideout@gmail.com.
Yep. All right. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Good.
Are you getting a ton of feedback in yours?
I'm getting the echo and a little feedback. Not much.
Right. I wonder why. We didn't have that the first time we were. It's 90. What does that mean? 90. Okay, it's almost. All right. Are we gonna try to do another one, or do we have anything for another one today?
Do we have any in the hopper?
We have one, the one that we talked about STDs and drugs and stuff like that that I'm gonna drop on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
And I do it at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm pretty consistent. I walk the dog and then I get home and I drop it after that. But We have that one. We have this one. Can you do another? Could you do like a Tuesday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. or Wednesday? Or I mean, is there a time that you could do it other than Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday.
I'm not saying
we got the 4th of July.
Not this week. I just thought for Bob, he's in Palm Springs on the weekend.
Oh,
at 4 o'clock on a Saturday is not. He's going to be out.
No, he's going to be. So during the week,
if we could do something during the week, I have a guy from Australia, but he's like not even awake right now.
Right. Yeah, I can do it during the week with Bob.
Well, just if
does he come in here to work?
Well, he works in El Segundo or whatever like that, but he'd like to come in. He'd like to do it with us.
Is he still living here during the week?
He's in Palm Springs. He gets here Thursday night because he works remote Friday. So he's in Palm Springs Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. He drives home Monday morning for work, and he's here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Then leaves Thursday. Yes. So Tuesday or Wednesdays are good for me.
Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or any.
Not Monday.
Not Tuesdays, Monday. Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. If we could get him to come in.